Hello guys! What's up? I'm Claus and I'm back again with another video. What? Today I am going to talk to you guys about my August TBR slash Wikathon TBR. If you don't know what a Wikathon is, it's a month-long TBR, mainly for Filipinos to promote Filipino authors, Filipino works, everything Filipino. And yes, I am a Filipino, born and raised here in the Philippines. My problem is I have a bit of trouble understanding Tagalog. Tagalog is a Filipino dialect, which is mainly what I speak because I grew up here in Manila. I have a total of seven books here. I can't do math apparently. In a Wikathon, we have a few TBR prompts. I think all of the books I chose fit into the given prompts. But the thing is, my goal is not exactly to read a book of all the prompts. I'm just reading what I already have here in my house because money! My first read is Alex and Eliza by Melissa de la Cruz. And if you've seen my July TBR video, yes, this is also in here. It is currently July 27 and I have still not read this. I was supposed to start it last weekend as a buddy read with two of my friends, but we kind of got caught up just catching up with each other. So yeah, and it's okay that I didn't start it yet because it fits into Wikathon. Melissa de la Cruz is a Filipino author, which fits into one of the prompts, which is to read a book by a Filipino author. The second prompt it fits into is new to me. I have never read a book by Melissa de la Cruz. And the third is Stupid Love, which is, as just by the title, read a Filipino book that is a romance. And bing bada boom. For my second and third book, I have Janna Silang books 3 and 4. The thing is, I started this book 3 last year. Janna Silang at ang... I feel like my fellow Filipinos are gonna hang me to dry for this. Si Janna Silang at ang 77 pusong. I hope I pronounced that right. Filipino is not my first language, you guys. I'm trying. I intended to binge read books 1, 2, 3 last year, and I stopped in the middle of book 3. Yeah, I still have a USB in here. Yeah. I DNF'd this last year. My main problem with it, as to why I DNF'd it, was because it was just getting really hard to get through, and my schedule was picking up again with school and at the time my thesis, so it wasn't exactly the best time to read a series, much less a book that is written in a language I can just almost barely understand. So yeah, and late last year, I went to the MIBF, the Manila International Book Fair. And of course, I made it a point to go to the Adarna House booth, which is where I initially bought a box set of books 1, 2, 3. And book 4 was already available, which I didn't even know existed until I was there in the stall. So what better time to read these than now? These two books fit into Sariling Wika, which is own language, so any book written in any Filipino dialect, so in this case Tagalog, and host choice. So the hosts of Wikathon, I guess they picked out a specific book or series that they're into or that they chose to read, and Janna Silang happens to have also been picked by Gerald the Bookworm, who I love to watch. He makes me laugh so much. Go check out his channel. He is hilarious. This also fits into the science fiction fantasy. Yeah, that prompt. So yeah, this fits into 3 prompts: a reading Wika, host choice, and SFF, which is, I think, science fiction fantasy. Someone just correct me if I am wrong. I'm so sorry. The fourth book I plan on reading is Insurrecto by Gina Apostol. I don't really know much about this book, to be honest. I saw it in one of the tables at Fully Booked, at like a featured book section. And I rarely see books written by Filipino authors on that table in Fully Booked. So how could I not be interested? This fits the new to me because I have never read a book by Gina Apostol. And fuck, I'm an idiot. I didn't write it down. So I know there's a prompt about reading a book that takes place in modern time or contemporary, if I'm not mistaken. So I think this book is probably gonna go back and forth between past and present. Because according to the summary, two women embark on a road trip in Duterte's Philippines, which is now. And they're basically going to research about the Philippine-American War for a film script that they're doing, which took place in 1901. So I have a feeling we're gonna go back and forth. Either back and forth or just very descriptive flashbacks, I guess you could say. You get me? For my books 5, 6, 7, these are all books by Luwalhati Bautista. So I have Dekada 70, Bata Bata, Paano Ka Ginawa, and the Saparacidos. I am kind of mad at myself because Dekada 70 was adapted into a musical, a local musical, and your girl didn't make time to watch it, and now she's pissed. So Dekada 70, which literally means 70s decade, is a book about martial law in the Philippines when we were under the rule of Ferdinand Marcos. Growing up, you hear stories about martial law, but as a kid, you don't really understand what exactly happened. My parents didn't really explain to me just how bad the situation was. It wasn't until I got older and my friends were telling me about it and opening my eyes and learning about it in school. So like, I just want to give a quick shout out to the teachers who do not censor. Grade school, high school, my teachers, they talked about martial law, like when it happened, that's a revolution and stuff, but they didn't really say what happened during martial law, like why was it so bad. No one really explained that to me. It wasn't until I got to high school when, as I said, I met friends who opened my eyes. I had a teacher show us a video of people talking about their experience being tortured, being dragged out of beds in the middle of the night, stuff like that, stuff you couldn't even imagine, and it was all real. So help me with understanding the Tagalog. I really want to read this. I hope I get through it. I've heard so many great things and people rave about the musical. I don't know if it's any close, if it's super similar. So I'm really hoping that I don't get a nosebleed and give up, because I have very high expectations for this book. My next one is The Saparacidos. And just like with Dekada 70, this was adapted into a play. So Dekada 70 was adapted into a musical. The Saparacidos was adapted into a straight play. Both of which I did not have the chance to watch.
You idiot!
So this book is about how this mother was separated from her child and went through the hardship of martial law. That's, I honestly understand like only 70% of the summary. Hopefully I understand the book. I feel like I'm gonna have a Filipino to English dictionary right by my side as I read these. And it says here that 20 years have passed and she's not sure if her child is even still alive, but she's still looking. That's how I understood it. So I've heard great things about the Saparacidos. When I bought the book, one of my friends told me, get ready to cry. So for my last and final book, also by Luwalhati Bautista, Bata Bata, Paano Ka Ginawa. This book is about a woman who has two sons, both of which have different fathers. So her sons are half brothers basically. And in Filipino culture, people aren't exactly as progressive here, especially the older generations. Thankfully, little by little, people are becoming more progressive and becoming more open-minded. But with this book being written in 1984, I'm not sure, I guess, when exactly the story takes place, but with it being written in 1984, I can only imagine what hardship the mother must have gone through, because Filipinos are judgmental as fuck, man. This book is probably gonna show me how the judgmental people were in, I guess, the 1980s, maybe even the 70s. It's possible this will take place in the 70s since all her books she wrote it in the 80s. So yeah, all of Lualhati Bautista's books fit right into Sariling Wika and new to me, since I have never read a book by Lualhati Bautista. And I feel like comparing these to Janna Silang, I think I am going to have the most trouble with Tagalog here. So, as Joey says,
You are my Everest.
so yeah, these are the books I am choosing to read for my August/Wikathon TBR. And yeah, I hope you guys follow me on my adventure. I think I'm gonna try doing reading vlogs on these. Maybe just like short little videos of me compiled into one long video. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, comment down below, share, and yeah, I hope to see you guys next time. Bye!